It's the Orioles on Masson, and we welcome you. Game 162 of this 2010 regular season, as the Orioles will look to be sweeping the Detroit Tigers, and for the first time for Fan Appreciation Weekend, a trick or treat special. And if this isn't a trick on you, nothing ever is. Brad, how you doing? All right. Special trick or treat. Bird's here going to be giving out some things to the kids, and we are delighted to have you with us. I got to get, where's one of the kids here? We got to have one of these kids. Look at that. So many of them came dressed up, and they're going to get some baseballs, and there are soccer balls, and there are footballs, and there's candy. Have a great time, okay? Well, this is really scary. It was better when we had the mask on. All right, we get ready for the final game, and for the Orioles, trying to end this season, which has been so magnificent. Mike, they would love to finish this with one more W.
Yeah, it's been a really just this great run since Buck Showalter came on August 3rd, 34 and 22 since then. Haven't made up a whole lot of ground in the standings, but they really are leaving the season with a great note.
Take a look at some of the numbers that we've got. The overall record, 34 and 22, third best in the majors since Buck's been here. The Orioles starters in particular have put on a great run. The ERA of 3.13 is the best in the American League. That since Buck took over. That's amazing.
It really has been an outstanding run by the starting staff. They've really set the tone. When you're getting starting pitching like that, you're going to win a lot of games, and they certainly have done that.
All right, can they sweep the Tigers? That's about what we're going to find out. When we come back, we'll put the mask back on so nobody's afraid. There'll be lots of trick-or-treating. We'll talk with the kids.
I just can't keep the smile off my face.
The things we do to make the living. All right, we'll be back. Baseball coming up.
No, it's not exact science. You're dealing with human beings. You know, the game's not played on computer printouts. You know, there are things that people can bring that I can't bring evaluating, and there are things that I feel like people down in the locker room can bring. And, you know, the key to it for the good organizations that make good evaluation is to mesh those two trains of thought and realize there's a place for everything. There's things that I can't bring, and I'm not. And you try to bring what you can bring from your experiences, and lean on certain people for help in things that you can't. You know, there's a lot of tiebreakers. There's a lot of tiebreakers if you'll just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut.
Like Showalter before the game today as the Orioles wrap up this season against the Tigers. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Overcast skies as we get set. Let's take a look at our train game time temperature. It is 63 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Visit trainsearch.com to locate an independent train dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Let's take a look at the starting lineup now for this final game, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. For the Tigers, it'll be Jackson, Rhymes, and Damon, Rayburn, Kelly, and Peralta, Bosch, Inge, and Avila. It'll be Brandon Inge with the season numbers for the Tigers against the Orioles. They are good.
Our PNC scouting report on Brad Bergeson and what he'll need to do to achieve success this afternoon is to try to give a happy ending. They have not had a 5-game winning streak all year long. Today would give them that. And to be the best. They've had the best ERA as a starting staff of around 3.13 over the last couple of months, and some kind of a run. 34-22 under Buck Showalter. It's been a lot of fun. He would like to finish that off with one more W.
And here we go. Game 162 about to get underway as Austin Jackson stands in. Brad Bergeson on the mound, and the pitch is in there for a strike.
There's Brad Bergeson's numbers in 27 starts would be his 28th, looking for win number 9, which would be a career high.
For Bergeson, he wants to join the list of Oriole pitchers who have had such outstanding starts here for the last 2 months. That'll go to center. Jones is there, and Jackson is retired.
Let's take a look at the defense this afternoon. Felix P.A. will play left field. Adam Jones in center. Nick Markakis in his familiar right field. Josh Bell will be over third. Sturris at shortstop. Had a nice year defensively. And Dino will play second. Wigington at first. And Matt Wieters behind the plate for the finale.
Rhymes coming up 4 for 9 in the first 3 games of this 4-game set. The Orioles are trying to sweep Detroit and finish with a big 5-game win streak. They have had a 4-game win streak 4 times this year, but have not won 5 in a row this season. Meanwhile, the Tigers, they have lost 6 in a row and are now a game below 500. Jimmy Leland's team is 80-81 on the year. Ferguson's delivered to Rhymes, and that's going to miss down low, and a 2-ball 1 strikeout.
See, Bergeson's last 10 starts outstanding. 5-2 record, ERA 2.78. And the inning pitched at 68 complete games. He has the only 2. Opponent batting average a minuscule 2.37 or 237. Quality starts 6.
That is fouled back by Will Rhymes, the second baseman. September 21, Bergeson had a start against Boston where he did get his ERA under 5. It was the first time it had been there. He got bumped up to 5.02 against Tampa on Tuesday. He's got a chance to get it below 5 here in this ball game. And Dino's got second base over to first. Rhymes is retired, and there are 2 down. Bergeson in home starts this year, 14 of them here at Camden Yards. He's gone 4-5 with an ERA of just over 5 in his career here in this ballpark. 11-6 with a 4.01 ERA. Johnny Damon, the veteran, DHing in this ball game, 2 for 9 in the series, and he will take that for a strike. Damon wrapping up another solid season, not the gaudy numbers that he has been known to put up in some of the past years, but nevertheless a very good one against the Orioles this year. 281, a home run, 3 RBIs, and he'll take that to second base. Andino plays the slow roller and gets the out, and Bergeson's off to a 1-2-3 start. Let's take a look at their starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. For Buck Showalter, it'll be Andino, Markakis, and Jones. Scott Wigginton and PA. Wieters, Bell, and Asturis. Nick on the season against the Tigers. Big average, 3 homers, 5 RBI.
Our PNC scouting report on Phil Koch and what he'll need to do with Chiefs this afternoon. It's number one, it's not Pepsi. It's Phil Koch coming out of the bullpen, making his first major league start in 157 consecutive relief appearances. And short starter, maybe a new category. He's only pitched, the longest he has pitched is 2 innings in any outing out of that bullpen. So we expect it to be kind of a bullpen afternoon. But don't fence me in. 2 home runs allowed in 63 innings, among the best ratios of any pitcher in the league.
And here he is making his first major league start after 157 appearances at the major league level, every single one of them in relief. He is now a starter. And the pitch is taken outside for a ball, as Andino will stand in. Robert Andino, another start at second base. Brian Roberts continues out. The headaches, really nobody talking very much about it today. They're going to wait till this game's over, and then I guess Brian's going to speak to it. And wow. I could say misplayed, but that would be a superlative. Holy cow. He never saw that, I don't think. It just went over his head, Bosch and right.
Yeah, I think it just misplayed. He's not known as a great defensive outfielder, but his feet get tangled up, turns left, turns right. He just may have started the offseason a day early.
Wow. If he took 2 steps back and put his glove up, he'd have
hit him in the head. Right.
That'll bring up Nick Markakis. So Andino's on. He's got 5 hits and 9 at-bats. Andino does now in this series. Nick Markakis, 295, 12 homers, 59 RBIs for Nick. And an RBI opportunity right here. And he will foul that one away. What a great season it has been again for Mr. Consistency with the Orioles. Home runs in back-to-back ball games. And in the last 6, hitting .409.
They're putting a late charge to the season.
That's the way to finish it up. Andino off second base in the 0-1 delivery, and reached for and poked into right. That's going to fall in. Andino's going to make the turn and stay as Bosch will get it in. So Markakis is on with a base hit. First and third.
Well, pretty good breaking ball from Phil Koch. Watch Markakis just reach out and one-hand flip, almost like a second serve in tennis. Watch him reach out and just poke it into right field.
Well, Markakis gets another hit. Phil Koch may be beginning to wonder about this starting stuff.
Get somebody up. Can you leave me out here this long?
This is more hitters than I normally face. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Here's Jones. Adams had a 5 for 8 in this series, upping his average to 285, 19 home runs and 69 RBI. Jones will take it inside for a ball. The Orioles have struggled against the left-handers all season long, as Orioles fans know. 18 and 32 against left-handed starters, second most losses in the league. Only Seattle has lost more games to left-handed starters. The Orioles hit 20 points lower against lefties than right-handers overall. Towering pop-up. Center field. Jackson. Runners tagging, but not going to go. But draws the throw. One away.
Take a look at the Tiger defense this afternoon. Rayburn will be in left, Jackson in center. Bosch will play right field. Inge, Peralta, Rhymes, Kelly at first base. Mike Abelow back behind the plate this afternoon.
The MVP of the Orioles, as voted by the press, Luke Scott. Stands in. He's got an 0 for 4 going in the series, but Luke now at 283 in the year, 27 home runs leading the Orioles, and 71 RBIs. Orioles trying to win this series against the Tigers today. They've won 4, won 5, and lost 4. So a chance to take the season series. Koch with runners at first and third, and Scott will take the pitch away for a ball. For the Orioles this season, Markakis their leading hitter in average. Scott the leader in home runs, Patterson in steals. Scott the best slugging percentage, Markakis the best on base percentage, and Jeremy Guthrie with the #1 ERA at a very solid 3.83. Those are the Oriole leaders in some of the individual categories for 2010. The 1-0 delivery to Scott, swung on and missed, and the count will go to 1-1.
The thing with Phil Koch, he has as many wins as some starters have on clubs. He has 7 wins out of the bullpen for the Tigers.
73 appearances this year for Koch out of the bullpen before this start today. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. And Luke Scott will take it up high. Luke hitting .232 off lefties and .298 off right-handers. Only 7 of his 20 home runs have come off southpaws. The 2 numbers that Buck Showalter wants to see Luke improve on against lefties and on the road. And thinks he can do that next year. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Scott. And Dino and Markakis the leads. And it's 2-2.
And Buck certainly thought that Luke Scott's walk total would go up dramatically too as he sort of makes his way. He's hit that prime of a player's career. Buck calls it that 28 to 32 range.
Koch's got a chance to work his way out of this. He could get a double play ground ball or a strikeout and then try and get the 3rd out after the Orioles and the first 2 on here. 2 ball, 2 strikes. Scott now to take care of that. Base hit, that'll drive in Andino. And the Orioles have a 1-0 lead.
Well, making it happen early. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball from Koch. And much like the Markakis swing, just going out and hooking it into right field. RBI number 72 for Luke Scott. And the Orioles on the board quickly.
Scott, base hit, puts runners at first and second with a run in. And here is Ty Wigginton. Markakis stopping at second. Wigginton looking for his first hit of the series, 0 for 7. And will take that pitch, and he did not go around on it. Ty 243 off the lefties and 252 off right-handers this year. Very solid 76 RBIs driven in by Ty Wigginton, the RBI leader. Fouls that off the mask of Avila, and the count is a ball and a strike. Ty's had a triple, 29 2-baggers, and 22 home runs. While Scott leads the team in homers with the 27, Ty Wigginton is second with 22. Markakis off second and Scott off first. 1-1 delivery on the way. Off the end of the bat. Sun coming out here just as that ball went up in the air. And the catch made by Peralta, the shortstop. And they're 2 away. Felix P.A. with 2 down.
And hard to figure out the weather. It looked like it was going to rain about 20 minutes ago, and now the sun's shining brightly.
We'll have clouds coming and going around Camden Yards here today. PA 3 hits, 7 at bats in the series, now hitting at 275. Two on and 2 down. Talking about walks, PA started the year. April through August, he drew 7 walks. Here in the September-October dates, really a month, he's drawn 6, almost equaling the total amount he had through the first 5 months of the season. Maybe one of the reasons why he's getting a few better pitches to hit. And PA will take the pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Certainly PA used to be one of the most impatient hitters on the Orioles, and that has been worked on. Terry Crowley and he, a lot of time spent on it. As Buck Showalter is always talking about getting it. I get it.
Yeah.
Trying to get PA to get it about if you wait, you get some better stuff to hack at. Phil Koch with the 1-1 delivery. And that'll be taken for a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, a little bit more controlled aggression. That's something I'm sure this club's going to work on, is try to get more walks out of the offense next year to help add. We talked about Tampa Bay, how they've done it. Over 200 more walks than the Orioles on the year. And sometimes it's not so much the walks as if you see the disparity between the strikeouts and walks among a lot of the players.
The Orioles are last in walks in the American League. PA will fight that off. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Heard Ray Knight the other day in a Nationals game talking about what he thought was one of the biggest changes since he played was the fact that hitters no longer adjust to the count. That it's all about rearing back on your heels and swinging hard no matter what the count or situation. Whereas hitters in most of baseball history did not do that. You did adjust. 1-2 delivery on the way, and a good breaking ball. So Koch's going to get a strikeout on PA. The Orioles, though, will get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and a couple left on base. So it's up. This year, that's the third most in the American League, led by Adam Jones, who's had a dozen, Felix PA with 9 outfield assists, and Nick Markakis with 7. Pretty darn good throwing.
All the way around the outfield, well respected among the league for their throwing ability. And they throw out a number of those are at home plate. So run-saving throws.
Brad Bergeson back to work as we go to the second. Brian Rayburn at the plate. Rayburn 3 hits, 11 at bats in the series for the Tigers. 281 his average at the moment, and that is foul back.
So Rayburn against the O's this year, 8 for 24, 333 average, 3 doubles, reached base in 15 straight games against the AL East team. It means you're running into some pretty good pitching along the way to do that. So Rayburn really has had a fine year for the Tigers.
And that's a good pitch down and away. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Rayburn. Rayburn has hit 286 at home and 276 on the road. He's one of the Tigers not afflicted with the road disease this year, as the Tigers continue to struggle mightily. 28 and 52 on the road. They have the largest differential between a home and road win percentage in the majors. Jimmy Leland's ball club primarily pitching. They have not been able to pitch well on the road and have at home. And Rayburn will foul that one straight back. And the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes on him.
And the Tigers playing for a 500 record this afternoon, 80 and 81. Not exactly where they expected to be. Right around All-Star break, they had hopes of being in the race and just slowly slipped away.
1-2 delivery to Rayburn, and that's going to be fought off as well. Ferguson, as we said, wanting to join the cast of starters for the Orioles, who have just finished up with such magnificent numbers. Millwood, Tillman, Guthrie, and Mattis in their last starts, 4-0 with an ERA combined of .64 in their last starts of the year for Kevin Millwood, Chris Tillman, Jeremy Guthrie, and Brian Mattis.
And you can actually see some of the weight. You're not going to pitch anymore this season. You sort of sit back and sort of take it all in, what they've been able to accomplish, certainly over the last couple of months.
That one in the air, playable. PA over. A little wind blowing in and towards the line. And wow. He got it. Reverend's retired. Close.
You can tell the fans are into it. The groan.
And you can get ready for the 11th season by making your deposit now for full or partial season plans. Access to the best available seats. Baseball's biggest and best benefits program, the Orange Carpet program. Save on the cost of individual tickets, no ticketing fees, and guaranteed tickets for opening day. Make your plans now. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. Opening day at Camden Yards will be against the Tigers on April 4. Tigers will be in for a 3-game set 6 months and 1 day from now. Here is Don Kelly, 2 home runs in the series and 3 for 10. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Kelly. Orioles have hit .287 in this series against the Tigers, scoring about 4.7 runs a ball game. And the Oriole pitchers, the starters, a 1.93 in the first 3 games. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Kelly. Jimmy Leland back for another year. Final year in his deal. Buck Showalter, of course, to start a season. Deep into that well, Markakis and Jones look out. Adam Jones cutting in front, came up with it and just avoided a collision.
The wind really held it up. See Markakis, then he starts to slow down track. You see the ball held up by the wind, and then just a crossing pattern, taking it right out of the glove of Markakis. You can see Markakis' lips. He's calling for it.
There are 2 down. Here's Peralta. He'll take the pitch outside. 249 for him with 15 homers and a very solid 81 RBIs on the year. He'll get a short as Torres is up in the ground ball. He gets the out, 6 in a row, retired by Ferguson. The Orioles on top, 1-0. Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Good crowd on hand here on this fall Sunday afternoon. And a lot of youngsters, many of them wearing their Halloween best. taking advantage of the first trick-or-treat day as part of Fan Appreciation Weekend with giveaway booths around the ballpark. Orioles will have Wieters, Bell, and his tourist coming up. Orioles trying to win their 38th at home. They are 37-43 here at Camden Yards this year. They've already upped their win total from last year. And they try and add to it today. Fouled off by Matt. Matt is 0 for 7 in this series, hitting .203 right, .265 left. And 9 of his 11 home runs have been hit from the other side of the plate.
He's had much more success from hitting left-handed.
Chases one on a changeup. Another great lefty turnover pitch right there. Expect to see a lot of the Detroit bullpen here today, with Phil Cope making his first start ever in the majors. 28-year-old left-hander.
He's about at his pitch count.
As far as he can, and that'll be it.
He's had his pitch limit pretty much right now. The most he's thrown in any outing this year is 30 pitches. So
he was a late listed starter after the game last night.
I wasn't even sure if he had a windup. You know, he pitched out of the stretch, sort of as that one-out left-hander out of the bullpen. I'm sure it's the first time he's had to incorporate the windup.
He did make starts when he was in the minor leagues. He had 77 starts in the minors, but that was a while ago. The 0-2 delivery to Matt Wieters, and takes it inside. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Matt kind of thought that was going to be strike 3.
Yeah.
He saw a little leaning to the dugout, and then he quickly righted himself and fouls that one back. For Phil Coke against the Orioles, he's got an 0-1 record, and that came in a ball game this year, and the only appearance that he had against the Orioles with a decision. He appeared in 3 games in the series in Detroit. 1-2 delivery, and that's going to be taken inside, and a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Wieters. Kathy, who works in our wonderful kitchen here with a great crew, is celebrating her birthday shortly. And we want to say happy birthday, Kathy, and thanks for the great cake. Swung on and got it. 2 strikeouts for Coke, 2 in a row here.
Look at his 2-2 pitch from Phil Coke. Straight changeup, 84 miles an hour. Fastball's right around 90. Pretty good speed differential. Gets Wieters out in front.
Here's Josh Bell. They're underway in Atlanta. No score, 3rd inning. How about that? Down to the final day. Atlanta, the Giants, and San Diego battling for both the division and the wild card spot. And what makes it really interesting is Atlanta's already playing, and San Diego doesn't start till 4. They're playing the Giants again in San Francisco, so they're going to pretty much know what their status is with Atlanta. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and Bell on the off-speed pitch over the top. Take a look at our 2nd inning, brought to you by Luna, our Luna doubles board. American League leaders, 2 baggers. Beltre is going to get that one. Evan Longoria, Delman Young, then Nick Markakis on the leaderboard. Call today for the Luna double and get your 2nd room of flooring free. Call 877-241-LUNA. Yankees and Red Sox didn't bother to go home last night. They just stayed at the ballpark, and they're also playing again. 1-2 delivery to Bell. Baseball gods weren't happy with the game starting at 9 o'clock, 2nd game of the doubleheader scheduled. So they just made him play all the way through.
Play a couple extra innings games to boot.
He got through at something like 1:30 in the morning after they started at 4. Here's the 2-2 pitch fouled away. Boston's got a 2-1 lead in that one. Best record in the American League is still up for grabs, with Tampa Bay and the Yankees and Minnesota battling for that. And they're underway in Kansas City where the Rays are playing, and the Yankees and Boston at Fenway. Surprised they get anybody left to play. Here's the 2-2, and that's inside, full count. New York's got 95 wins. Minnesota's got 94. Tampa Bay also has 95. So it's a battle for The home field advantage there, and if it's tied between New York and Tampa Bay gets the advantage because they have the head-to-head matchup advantage. That's going to be a base hit into right field. So Bell is on with a one-out single.
Nice inside-out approach by Josh Bell. Let's take a look at this slow-mo pitch, X-mo pitch. You can see the rotation and just pulling those hands through a little early. Leading with the hands. Nice clean single to right.
Expo brought to you by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg, price and advice guaranteed. Here's Turris with one away. Takes the pitch up high. Turris is on the list of Orioles free agents. Players never talk on record about what they think is going to happen, individual players, teammates or otherwise, but they have a feeling that the Orioles and Andy McPhail, in charge of baseball operations, that Turris may be one of those who will be back. It all depends on everything. But he certainly has done the job at shortstop this year, and the question is, will the Orioles come up with another shortstop who might be a power bat to fill both those roles and thus knock Turris out of consideration? Or will they try and get the power bat at the corners instead, and Turris would be back as shortstop?
Yeah, I'm sure if you can satisfy your need for the offense part of it, then somebody like Turris defensively will save you a lot of errors. Second in the American League at shortstop with a .987 fielding percentage, 8 errors. The thing is, he not only makes the routine play, he can go into the hole, he still has a strong arm. Second fewest errors among American League shortstops.
Only Derek Jeter has a better fielding percentage and may not get to as many balls at this point as Turris does. And that is taken down low. So Koch falling behind here, 3-0. The bullpen is active for the Tigers as expected.
Yeah, he's at 37 pitches. He has to be exhausted. I mean,
really?
He's thrown. Eddie Outing is 30 this year.
Here's the 3-0 delivery, and Turris will take it. And Koch surrenders a walk, and the Orioles have 2 on and 1 down. Tilworth in the bullpen. Sure, what Jimmy Leland hopes to do here is getting through an inning and then not have to make changes during the inning, but they're also not going to leave him out there to dry if he just doesn't have the arm strength.
Probably try to use every left-hander he has.
Yep. Roberto Andino will stand in. Robert has a double and has scored a run. He's now reached base in 14 of the last 16 games. And he will take the pitch away. And even in one of those 2 games where he didn't get on, he had an RBI. He's got 2 on here with Bell at second base, Turris on at first. Andino with 5 hits and 9 at bats against the Tigers in this 4-game set. And that's a strike.
He's making a run to try to hit 300 for the year. 298 at the moment. So again, one of those points we had really like to end up hitting 300 sounds a whole lot better than 298.
It's like the $3 or $2.99 price.
Which one do you want, $9.99 or $10? $9.99 sounds so much less.
Exactly. And Avila will go out and have a word with his pitcher. Some of the other things on Phil Koch, career high pitch count is 38. That was last year in April. His career high innings pitched 2 2/3. That was in 2008 as a Yankee against Tampa Bay.
Like I said, he's going to be exhausted.
So he's right there.
He's probably saying, boy, I'm glad this is the last game.
1-1 delivery in the air to right. Bosch. Runners will tag and stay. Andino retired, and there are 2 down. Pretty good breeze blowing in, trying to get a ball out today, at least at the moment, could be a little tough. That wind's coming in from center right now. Here's Nick Markakis. He did deliver a single his first time up. Nick continues to put up those amazing numbers against the left-handed pitchers all year long. He has been among the top 5 against lefties. He's .351 against left-handers. That is the highest in Major League Baseball for a left-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher. He's also tied for 4th in doubles, 12th in walks, and 12th in on-base percentage.
He's been very solid across the board year. Another solid year defensively. Should be a Gold Glove candidate in the outfield.
1-0 count. Runners off first and second. Josh Hamilton is going to win the American League batting title from Texas. The home run title will go to Jose Bautista. No surprise there with Toronto with 54. The RBI title is up for grabs. Miguel Cabrera is the leader by 2, but of course he has not played at all in this series for the Tigers, out with that ankle strain. And Bautista and A-Rod are only 2 behind him, with 124 runs batted in for each of them. So they've got a chance today to take over the RBI lead. Ichiro's going to be the hit leader at 212. Nobody else is over 200. Cano can do it, though. He's at 199. Markakis down the line, just missed. Juan Pierre is going to be the stolen base leader, 67. He's 17 ahead of Roger Davis. Look how close this was.
Yeah, just the English on that inside out swing, kicks it foul. An inch way off the line.
2 down here, 2 ball, 1 strike count. Phil Koch trying to finish up what will be his final inning of work. 2-1 delivery. Markakis, a broken bat base hit into right field. Coming around to score will be Bell, and the Orioles take a 2-0 lead. Markakis is 2 for 2.
Well, 2-1 pitch from Phil Koch right in on his hands. Jams him enough. I think it breaks his bat, but he comes in for a base hit. And Josh Bell will put the second run on the board.
Nick Markakis with 2 down and runners in scoring position is hitting over .313 now on an Orioles team that is a team with 2 outs hits .197 in those situations. So Phil Koch unable to work his way through. The emergency starter, his first major league start. He is out of there. We'll start making your plans to join the Orioles in their beautiful new spring training home in Sarasota, Florida. You can go to Orioles.com/spring to sign up to receive the latest news, travel packages, game tickets, and more, and follow all of the construction work going on at the training complex, the new spring training ballpark. For details, Orioles.com/spring. Sarasota, Florida, it can't be far away. Showalter down there during the team's trip to Tampa, excited about what he saw with the work being done. And to the bullpen we go with Phil Koch out of there.
Daniel Slareth will come in out of the bullpen, and which we assume will be a parade of pitchers this afternoon.
Another left-hander, 24 years old. 2 on, 2 down, and fouled off by Jones.
Slareth is 23 years of age, came over from the Arizona Diamondbacks in a trade with Edwin Jackson. His 18th appearance on the year, 15 innings of work, 17 hits. Pretty good power arm, 8 walks, 15 strikeouts, fastball slider combination.
Appeared in 21 games last year as a reliever with Arizona, went 1-4. He has been with the Tigers twice in the course of this season on call-ups. And the 0-1 delivered to Jones. Adam flying out to center his first time up. Markakis an RBI, driving in Bell. As Torres is now down at second base, Markakis at first. Nick with that RBI now with 60 on the year. Oh, 2 count. And Jones on a big count on a breaking ball, and he is out of there. Everybody just standing as though the game may still be on. But no, folks, that's actually 3 outs, even on this.
You can go in now.
Jerry Crawford, this is going to be the final regular season game for this 34-year veteran umpire. And before the game, he didn't know this was going to happen. The Buck came out with a lineup card, and he said, I'm going to hit the top of my head, and when I do, all the umpires are going to step back. And they did, and the PA announcer then went through the congratulations to Jerry Crawford, and he tipped his cap to his umpiring crewmates and to the fans, and the players were up on each bench. It was really nice, and he really was surprised. That one grounded down to first base. Wigginton is up with it. Bosch is retired.
You're right. It's just so nice to be recognized, and he has been a terrific umpire for all these years. It was Buck said it was kind of touching. A couple of the umpires came over after last night's game and had a conversation what they really want to do to show their respect. Phil Cousy and also Brian O'Nora came over, and they really went off quite well, and he's obviously very touched by it.
Yeah, Buck was effusive in the pregame press conference about Crawford and his career in the major league level as one of the really solid umpires, saying he wants to get it right and always has. He cares. He said, and I can't pay a higher compliment to an umpire. Grounded towards short is Torres off the bat of Inge. 2 down. Ferguson cruising along here. No walks, no strikeouts. Lost his only decision against the Tigers this year. Lifetime he is 1-1 against them. And Brad with a chance to get his 9th win against 11 losses on the season. 2 away, nobody on. Alex Avila coming up. Against the Tigers, he lost, Ferguson did, in a game on July 7. giving up 4 runs and 11 hits in 6 innings. That's not what's going on here. Wigginton gets it to him. 3 ground ball outs. That's 9 in a row. Retired by Bergeson. Steals off home plate.
Oh, it's got to be Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb. You would think it would be Jackie Robinson, but when you're an expert like Mike is, you know that's not the case. So Ty Cobb is the answer. 54. Holy cow.
Holy smoly.
Unbelievable.
Now I can rest all winter.
We are 4 for 4.
Oh, again, I don't think I got one wrong this year.
We have swept. Go that far. We have swept the series with correct answers. Here we have Harry Potter joining us today.
Yeah.
In that bag, ladies and gentlemen, are 5,000 people. He just put them there.
Yep, and back to Hogwarts.
Some great outfits here today. Orioles up, and here's Luke Scott. Scott Wigginton and PA coming up. Shulroth on the mound, came on to get the final out, striking out Jones. And Luke Scott with the big cut. Philadelphia leads Atlanta 2-1, third inning. Colorado made their great run, and then it all fell apart, leaving the Giants, Atlanta, and San Diego.
And Colorado's lost 7 in a row.
Just ran out of gas. They might want to start a month earlier next year.
Yeah, they might want to think about it.
Try in August, maybe even April.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. They were thinking about a good start.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Luke Scott, hitting .285. The Orioles, after the All-Star break, are 37 and 36, so a chance to be 2 above 500 after the All-Star game. They can get a win here today. 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball will miss outside.
Yeah, win today, they'll be 500 outside of the division, not including interleague play, but against the Central and the West, they'll be 36 and 36 on the year.
2 ball, 1 strike count on Scott. And obviously a chance to have a sweep here. They've had 6 sweeps of teams 3 games or more on the year. Boston included in that. And they've got a chance to do it here in the final game of this series. Orioles have winning records or 500 records against the Red Sox, Cleveland, Chicago, Detroit, The Angels, of course, they beat 6-0 in the year. Texas and Washington. Winning records of 500 records against all of those teams. But the big number, of course, is that 24-48 record in the division. Especially beaten up by Toronto that won 15 of the 18 games. 3-ball, 2-strike count on Scott. And Luke will take it, and he's on. So the Orioles get a leadoff walk here in the third inning. Orioles Reach has once again teamed up with the Maryland SPCA for the 2011 Orioles Pet Calendar, presented by Southwest Airlines. 12 months of pet photos along with your favorite Orioles. Only cost $15, and the proceeds benefit the Maryland SPCA. Get yours at Orioles.com today. Ty Wigginton. Wigginton popped out. First time up. Timeout taken to first base. Shoelace tying time for Luke Scott. Talking about the free agents. Ty Wigginton is also one of those. He has been the most valuable part of this Orioles team this year, especially in the first half of the season. Wigginton will take it inside. So as you look ahead to next year, who do you think will be back off this free agent list? Is Turris, Wigginton, Lugo, Kevin Millwood, Mark Hendrickson, Koji, Corey Patterson.
Interesting list. Pretty extensive list of free agents.
That one in the air to shallow left field. Raven. Wigginton retired. Today's Maryland Lottery Hit It Here fan of the game, Fred Donovan from Baltimore. If an Orioles player hits the Hit It Here sign in the bullpen area, Fred, you get $100,000. To find out more about how you can become the fan of the game, go to mdlottery.com/hitithere. Good luck, Fred. Felix P.A. One down and a runner on at first base. Luke Scott with the lead. And P.A. will take it for a strike. P.A. has upped his RBI totals. He has had 15 RBIs in the 26 games here in the September-October stretch. He only had 16 in 55 games before that, which covered all those months leading up to September. There's one of those wild cuts that we're talking about getting away from. You don't see many of those from Felix P.A. anymore.
You see him against a left-handed pitcher with a breaking ball that sweeps away, just not able to reach it. Ends up in the dirt. P.A. swinging over the top of it.
228 off lefties, 286 off right-handers.
Even Adam Jones tied to the team lead in triples.
Well, he got him to go after a couple right there. Shulroth gets the strikeout. That'll be his second.
Another breaking ball through it once and got a PA to chase it. This one in the dirt. Again, just well out of his reach.
Now there are two down with Scott on at first base and Matt Wieters. Matt, a strikeout victim, his first time up.
He and Wigginton both now have slipped under that 250 mark they'd like to get to. At a 248.
This is a problem for the Orioles, one that they will be trying to address in the offseason, this matter of left-handers. You're not going to compete with an 18-32 record against left-handed starters. Got to find a way to get some pop, and up and down the lineup, the Orioles have had a real hard time against lefties.
They're hitting 247 against them this year. Against right-handers at 260.
And that's going to be a base hit. Wieters. Scott will hold at second. Jackson gets it in. Wieters on with a single with two down.
Well, that's more like it against a left-hander. Matt Wieters going right back up the middle. Clean single. Almost clipped Brian O'Nora, the umpire.
And that will bring up Bell, who has singled and scored. Bell, another one of the Orioles, trying to cut down on chasing pitches and thus cut down on the strikeouts. 2 away, 2 on.
Yeah, what has been so dramatic is his walk and strikeouts. He has 2 walks and 53 strikeouts in 150 at bats.
His strikeout per plate appearance has gone down. It was 45% in July, 32% in August, and 31% since September 1st. And that's going to be to short, hauled in by Peralta. No runs, base hit, and 2 are left on. The Orioles lead it 2-0. Fred, Bob, some of the great guys who work in the truck. You hear us talk about the truck. Well, there they are in the truck. And they're the ones who bring you all the pictures and the sounds. Even he works, which is pretty amazing. Austin Jackson leading it off here. And make this a most, not only substantive broadcast, but an enjoyable one. Pitch is taken away. Our great crew gets to wrap it up today and then literally wrap it up. This is strike day, so everything comes down and gets packed. What that means is extra work. Turris will not get him. So Jackson is on. Detroit does not have a hit, and they still don't. That's an error charged on his Turris.
Yeah, tough error. The only way he could play this is getting right in front of it, try to pull it into his chest. Gets a win again. The outstanding foot speed of Jackson, just too much. But he has been Mr. Consistent at short. You know, you say, what is a good pitch? A good pitch is anything that's hit in the direction of his Turris.
Yeah, well put. Here is Rhymes, who has grounded out. Runner on the first base running. Rebounds back towards Wieters. It is a stolen base because Jackson was going.
This is his first pitch out of the stretch position on the afternoon, and it is a wild one. Nowhere near its intended target.
27 stolen bases on the season for the rookie, who will get much consideration for Rookie of the Year. He's only been caught 6 times. Gets himself in scoring position and a 1-0 count on Rhymes. And that'll be handled in foul territory. Nobody covering third. Good work by Wieters, who makes sure Bergeson gets over there, and they get Rhymes as he doesn't get it done. And off-season, get behind-the-scenes news from the Orioles on the Facebook, Twitter pages. Visit Orioles.com/connect to become a Facebook fan of the Orioles or a Twitter follower of the Birdland Insider. You'll receive the latest Oriole news, special offers, be among the first to learn behind-the-scenes information straight from the team. That's Orioles.com/connect. Runner still at second base. Here's Johnny Damon. Damon came out between innings to warm up the pitcher.
I hadn't. Very dangerous move on the part.
He didn't have a mask on, but he had a left-handed catcher's mitt. I have not seen one of those since I last cleaned my closet. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Damon will take it to left field. PA, runner halfway. Johnny Damon retired. This was between innings, a starter coming out to warm up the pitcher, and he's got a left-handed catcher's mitt, and he doesn't have a mask on.
I think what he's saying is, keep it up out of the dirt, would you, please? I give him some credit, man. Maybe he's trying to do one of those things where you play every position in the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to try catching today.
There are two down here, and Rayburn up. Rayburn flied to left his first time up. Jackson on at second base. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Rayburn will take it up high. 281 starting the day. Rayburn, 91 strikeouts, 27 walks.
Well, this is a club, too, that strikes out a lot, or has some players with some big-time strikeout numbers.
And Rayburn, a chopper to short, as Turris ranging. Up to it. Neat play. No runs, no hits, one error, one left on base. No hits for the Tigers through 4. By Ford. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. Gary Thorne, Mike Flanagan. Camden Yards wrapping up the 2010 season as the Orioles try and make it a 5-game win streak, which would be their longest of the year. The last time they won 5 in a row was June of 2009. Leading it off is Turris. He has walked Andino and then Marquez. Shildroth on the mound for the Tigers in relief. Koch worked an inning and 2/3. A couple of runs, 5 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And as Turris will take the pitch, hitting .231. Atlanta's come back to tie Philly 2-2, 4th inning.
Red Sox, Yankees all tied up. They're going to play extra innings for sure.
Absolutely. Atom ball. Jackson's got it. There's Turris out of there. Sure makes the traveling secretaries happy. Final day of the season, about 8 of them.
Where are we going?
Where are we going? And it's not set. Not in the American and not in the National. Real good crowd on hand, over 35,000 here for the ball game last night. Robert Andino a double, and he is flied out. Andino now at 293 in the year. He's had a big series against the Tigers with 5 hits and 10 at-bats. Andino now hitting .480 against the Tigers this year. And a strike on the outside corner.
Well, Buck Showalter's given him an opportunity to show what he can do. You're telling the story he had with Andino about the errors that he had at the AAA level. I think he had something like 31 errors, and he said, don't tell me it was bad field. It was not a bad field.
Not going to hear that.
Yeah, concentration issues, and catch it and throw it to first. Show me what you have.
He's another one of those players who benefits from being a versatile player, can move around. So Andino, any player in this day and age, that kind of versatility, it helps. Shillerith looking in as plate umpire Chris Guccioni's giving the catcher Avila a little chance to regroup. That ball bounced, caught him. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And Andino swings through it. Shillerith gets the strikeout. He's got 3. Now we'll bring on Nick Markakis. Asked about Markakis before the game. The words of Buck Showalter.
He can separate the game, base running to defense to hitting. You know, how can I impact the game? Very seldom do we play 9 innings where he hasn't impacted our team. Sometimes he impacts it, but just the way you can count on him. You can trust him. He cares. And he's driven. It's not about statistics with him.
Showalter said the highest compliment I can pay Nick Markakis is to say he's a baseball player. And there's a base hit into left field, and he's got a 3-for-3 game.
Yeah, against all the left-handers. So 3-for-3 game. We've been watching the scoreboard and see if he can possibility of still hitting 300 this year. But again, this is what he does so well against those lefties. He just goes right with the head right down on it, almost looking towards left field. Just a classic left-handed stroke. But he's now 3-for-3. That puts him at 298. And again, this is what Buck Showalter says about Markakis. He doesn't really care about statistics. But if he goes 4-for-4 at 299, I think it is .3. And he would need to go 5-for-5 to hit 300.
So Nick hoping for a couple more at bats. Orioles have the 2-0 lead. 7 hits now. The Orioles are 2-7-1. The Tigers 0-0-0. 1 base runner for the Tigers reached on an error, and that last half inning stranded at second base. Adam Jones 0-for-2. Shillerith a couple throws over on Nick Markakis.
That's the other thing that Buck was talking about Markakis and saying, you know, which really stuck out in his mind is one game where Nick didn't particularly have a good offensive game. And he said the team won that night, and Nick was, you know, when looking at his demeanor after the game, was saying he enjoyed that much more than his personal satisfaction of having a big night, which tells a manager a lot about a player.
That will be taken up high as Jones gets ahead on the count 1-0. Atlanta leads Philadelphia 5-2 in the 4th. Still batting. San Diego and the Giants will get underway at 4:05. 1-0 count. Swung on and maybe foul tipped. It's a strike in any event. How did Bobby Cox feel this morning coming to the ballpark not knowing if it was going to be his last game?
I'm sure it was a very short night. Pretty good breaking ball from Slater. Over the top by Adam Jones. But yeah, that had to be a long night and not knowing.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Markakis is getting a lot of attention here with 2 down in the last game of the season from Shillerith, the pitcher.
Yeah, I don't think Nick's going for, you know, stolen base number 100 on the year or anything, unless I miss something. Nick has 7 on the year. He's been caught a couple of times.
2 down, 1-1. Jones, the same pitch, same result. Wow, that pitch is right at his foot.
Yeah, just unable to lay off this slider. A little bit unusual from a left-hander.
Wild pitch is charged there because Markakis goes down to second base. And the count goes to 1-2.
Adam Jones in the strikeout lead among the hitters on the Orioles. Has 118 on the year. Ty Wigginton second place with 116. The league leader plays for the Tigers. Austin Jackson, the rookie, has a hitter on 170.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. And he got a piece of that. Schulrich just burying that pitch at Jones's ankles here. That's 3 in a row.
He's determined to throw it down in the zone, and Jones is determined to hit it. We talk about striking out. It's really not today. It seems to be a big deal if you strike out 100 times in a season. Brooks Robinson in 23 years never struck out 100 times in a season. Cal Ripken, he played every inning of every game, so he had plenty of at-bats. Never struck out 100 times in a season.
Adam Jones goes down. He can't believe it. 4 in a row of those pitches. He fouled one of them off and missed the other 3. Orioles up 2-0. Weekend trick or treat, first time ever as we celebrate our massive crew in this final day. So the people who make it work in the truck. Oh yeah, there's Deb. He directs. There's Dawn. That's actually a mask she's wearing. Don D'Agostino, our producer. She wouldn't turn around for us though. Oh man. Here's Don Kelly. 1 strikeout on Kelly. Kelly flied out his first time up, and will take the pitch down low. 1-1. And that'll be fouled back. Like the players on ball clubs or in any sport, we talk about our crew members. You realize that in the course of a season, you end up spending more time with the members of the crew than you do with your own family.
This is true. Yeah. For
a 7-month period, if you put spring training in. 1-2 delivery. So it really does become family. Ferguson the strikeout, and Kelly is retired. First strikeout.
Yeah, Brad's been mowing him down. 1-2 pitch. A pretty expansive strike zone here at the last game of the year. See readers pull it back just a little bit.
Brad Ferguson has given up nothing. No walks and 1 strikeout along with it. Here's Peralta, grounded out his first time up. And that pitch will be inside. Tigers have lost 6 in a row coming into the ball game. 1-1 delivery, and that'll be a base hit. There's the first. So for Brad Bergeson, he goes 4 1/3 without surrendering a base hit. Peralta takes care of that with 1 down. Visit OriolsReach.com to keep up to date on all the team's community appearances and programs this offseason. You can browse the photo galleries, read about the team's community efforts in 2010, and download the Orioles Reach annual report. Find out how the Orioles can help your charity or nonprofit organization. Just go to OriolsReach.com. Bosch grounded out his first time up. Rookie of the Year candidates. In center field, Austin Jackson. Right field today, Bosch. For him, it's about the bat. Here's the 0-1. And the breaking ball will be taken inside. Bosch has slowed down a little bit since the first half, but he had to be human.
Yeah.
His first half was not human. 1-1 delivery to him, and that in the air to left field. PA. Well, Mike and I, just for the fun of it, talking about the awards for the regular season. We both selected Miguel Cabrera, MVP, Cy Young. We both selected CC Sabathia. I didn't know this till right now.
No, I did not know this.
And Rookie of the Year, we divided.
The same team. They're on the same team.
Yeah. You went with Austin Jackson, who I really think is going to win it. I take Brendan Bosch because he has been among the rookie leaders in the big numbers, home runs, and RBIs. But I have a feeling it will go to Jackson in center field. We didn't even disagree.
We did not.
Didn't know that.
It's like a trivia question. We have
It's just too
nice.
easy. I don't know how Sabathia.
Wait till we get to the National League, though.
That's
it's going to
true,
be
right?
really different.
Yeah. How does Sabathia not win it? Whoa, my. That's Brandon Inge, and goodbye home run. A 2 RBI homer. This game is tied.
Well, he's been all their offense the last 2 games. He accounted for the only run in yesterday's game scored by the Tigers, a 2-1 loss. And this 1-0 pitch up middle runs back to the inside part of the plate. You can tell by the reaction of Brad Bergeson. Almost a carbon copy of the one he hit yesterday.
13 on the year, 70 RBIs for Inge. And with one swing of the bat, the ball game is tied. The 26 home runs surrendered by Bergeson. Those have jumped up on him this year. 13 to right-handers, 13 to left-handers.
And the good news is 17 of them have been solo.
Alex Avila will put that one in the air to center, not deep. Is Torres back, and he's got it. So a big blow by Inge. 2 RBI homer, and it is a 2-2 ball game. Weekend here at Camden Yards, and some real cuties on hand in their costumes for this one. Not you. Go! And they were able to visit stands where some trick-or-treat items were given out. And now we're at 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Tigers came into that last half inning without a hit. Not only got the hit, we got 2 runs.
Costumes galore. With mine, I just couldn't keep the smile off my face this afternoon. Boy, I always am sort of sad on the last day of the year. Another season in the books.
Seems like end of July, 1st of August. The end will never come, and then the end comes, and it's like, what happened?
Yeah, those dog days and all, but it's been a real good, feel-good time to be around this club since August 3rd. A lot of fans not wanting the season to end. I know Buck Showalter talked about sort of the sadness of the end of the season, and as a player, you certainly know that it'll probably never be the same again. You'll never have the same teammates next year. There'll be a number of changes, so there's a certain sadness to all that, the ups and downs of a major league season for all the players, through injury and slumps and hot streaks. You're there for the high moments and certainly the low moments, and it does sort of take its toll and weighs on you at the end of the year.
Orioles will try and finish up with a W and to continue the momentum that they have built up here in this tremendous finish. Here's Luke Scott, and the pitch up high for a ball. The Orioles have had their first improvement in their win-loss column in a season since 04. As they won 64 last year, they've run 66 already this season. A couple of months where they put together winning months, back-to-back winning months. Hadn't done that in 5 years. The 1-0 delivery to Scott. That's going to be inside as well. Luke's got an RBI single and a walk. Phil Coates started the game. Emergency starter, reliever, first major league start with a couple of runs, 5 hits in an inning in the third. He's now non-decision. Shulroth in relief has walked 1 and struck out 4. Giving up a couple of singles. 2-0 delivery by the lefty, and that will be taken for a strike, 2-1.
Yeah, we figured we'd see every left-hander the Tigers had this afternoon. So Brad Thomas up and throwing.
He had been listed as maybe starting this game, but there he is.
He's had a couple of spot starts this year.
2 ball, 1 strikeout. Foul territory and no play into the seats. Surprises around Major League Baseball 2010. Certainly you look at the American League. Seattle has lost 100 games. A team that many picked in the preseason to win the American League West. They were never in it. And they and Pittsburgh are the only 2 teams that have lost 100 ball games. Seattle 100 and Pittsburgh 104. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Scott, and the breaking ball misses.
Might be the surprise would be certainly the Reds. Maybe the fading of the St. Louis Cardinals in that division.
Yep. And certainly San Diego in their battle. Weren't many who thought San Diego had a chance. Or the Giants, for that matter. Giants are kind of picked in the middle of the pack in the West. 3 ball, 2 strike count on Scott. And that's outside. We certainly want to send along our best wishes to a man who's been at the ballpark as long as anybody around these parts. Ernie Tyler, we are thinking about you. Our longtime umpires attendant, ball man, and Mr. Oriole, we hope you get well soon. Our best wishes, and happy to hear that the diagnosis is good and all seems to be going well. And Ernie, we're thinking of you here at the ballpark today. We'll see you back here soon. Ty Wigginton up. Wigginton has popped out and flied out. Scott again getting on with the walk. And Wigginton tried to swing at that thing and did.
He sure did. Let's take a look at it from Daniel Slereth's breaking ball. And he's had some of the right-handers not quite know how to attack this pitch. It must have a real late breaking slider.
That's one of the few attempted swings you see during this season. Ty will just as soon have that erased. Scott off first base, an 0-1 count.
Of course, as a pitcher, you say, well, why have to throw that again just to see?
Adam Jones knows all about that. Jones saw 4 of those his last at bat. 1 ball, 1 strikeout, nobody out. Orioles have left 7 on. Scott's running. He's got a stolen base.
Well, second stolen base of the year for Luke Scott. Not surprising, doing it against a lefty, but gets a big-time jump.
Best stolen base percentage in the American League. Tied for the lead.
That's why he's MVP.
2 for 2. So the potential go-ahead run now at second base. Ty Wigginton with a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Showroth to look back, and Wigginton to short. Not going to get him moved up. Peralta makes the play, and there's one away. Showroth has been impressive. That'll bring up PA. PA has struck out twice, once called, once swinging.
And second look at Schlereth for PA. First strikeout was against Phil Koch. It's been a steady diet of breaking balls against PA.
Runner at second base and 1 out. PA will take the pitch up high for a ball. And Markakis has got a chance, Mike told you, to hit 300 if he can go 5 for 5. Scott's got a chance to go season high 3 stolen bases.
Again, I'm sure he has third base on his mind.
He's looking at it. 1-0. Knocked down by Inge. No play. It's a base hit. So PA's on. No chance for Scott to move up on that.
Well, I thought about this ball's away from Felix. Inge goes right off the end of his glove. Scott unable to advance. Definitely got a slider he could handle.
Now Matt Wieters will try and give the Orioles the lead. Wieters has singled and struck out. Matt has had only 6 hits in his last 40 at bats, a 150 average. He started out with the first half of September hitting .395. Second half of it and on into this month, number has dipped, and that is a strike. Orioles have out-hit the Tigers 8-2 in the ballgame, but it's tied. Orioles have left 5 of 7 in scoring position in the ballgame. Off first and second, 1 away. 0-1 to Wieters. Inge. Runners move up, 2 down. So the Orioles will need the 2-out RBI base hit to get the lead here with Bell coming up.
Bell swung the bat well this afternoon, this last afternoon. Base hit to right and also was lined out to short. Right on the left-handers so far.
The Orioles as a team hitting .197 with runners in scoring position and 2 down. They dropped below that 200 mark during this series. Shellroth with 2 away here. Bell will take it inside. Heads up at third base for Scott. So we've seen a number of these pitches bounce away. So Scott talking with Gary Allenson about trying to get off there as far as he can.
And take a look at his last pitch from Snare. Again, he's thrown a number of these that sliders to right-handers. Sort of that back leg makes it real tough on the catcher, especially the man on third base.
He has no wild pitches in these 16 innings that he's worked. And gets the high strike called on Bell. 1-1.
Yeah, the way Avila behind the plate catches it, almost like it's a cross up. Like it surprised him, but he holds that target.
Here's the 1-1 delivery.
By the end of the day, Avila will be pretty good at blocking the ball in the dirt.
Plenty of chances. Atlanta's been batting for about 45 minutes in the 5th inning. They got a 7-2 lead over Philly. Two ball, one strike count. Think they'll be ordering pizza in that clubhouse this afternoon? I don't think those players are going to go anywhere. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that's inside. Remember one season when the Rangers playing in hockey, final game, the Devils won. The Devils went to the playoffs. If the Rangers won, the Rangers went. Rangers played in the afternoon. The Devils played at night. Rangers won in the afternoon, sat at Madison Square Garden, ordered pizzas, had them in. The Zamboni sat at the end of the ice, waiting.
Wow.
Devils won. Rangers were done. Zamboni started moving, and the ice was gone. Oh, gee.
Wow.
3 ball, 1 strikeout on Bell. Runners off second and third. In the air to center field, right at Jackson. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 more are left on, and the ball game is tied at 2. Game at Cleveland, August 11, a 2-hit complete game victory. And helping for a 5-2 mark under Buck Showalter and a 2.7 ERA since the new skipper took over. And now trying to improve on that, get his ERA under 5. And that one bunted beautifully so. And a better play made at third and first. Bell and Wigginton team up. And they get Jackson.
Yeah, excellent play by Josh Bell. We've seen him do this on a number of occasions. Very good at coming into the ball and throwing on the run. Again, this is a very fleet of foot Austin Jackson. Again, he reads it. Well disguised by Jackson, but a good first step by Josh Bell. Nice pick on the other end by Wigginton.
Real nice play by the cornerman. Strike taken by Rhymes.
The Tiger box score, and it's been like this the last couple of days. Just Brandon Inge 2-run homer, single by Johnny Peralta. The only 2 hits. They only have 5 hits the last 14 innings. 3 hit yesterday in the 2-1 loss.
And they came in as a hot hitting team over the last month and a half. That one in the air to left center field. That's going to find the gap. Jones cuts it off. Rhymes is in with a double.
No, well struck, and Adam Jones gets over to cut it off. He has to circuit a little bit, looks up, throw well off line to second base. Rhymes will have his 11th double of the year.
So Johnny Damon with an RBI opportunity, the designated hitter. He is flied out and grounded out in the ball game. Damon in this series, a couple of hits in 11 at bats. 0-1 delivery to him. Foul tipped that into the mitt. 291 at home, 247 on the road for Johnny Damon. He takes advantage of that expansive gap area in Detroit. He's that kind of hitter. He can slash a ball the other way into the gap or pull one. And in Detroit, you got a lot of room if you can do that.
Now, power numbers down for Damon this year. That's still a very productive offensive player.
Runner at second, 1-2 delivery. Reach goes the other way. PA chasing. Not going to get it, and it's a foul ball. Final day of this 2010 regular season. The playoffs will start on Wednesday. Tampa Bay going for the best record in the American League. So are the Yankees. No score in Kansas City. 4-2 Boston, 6th inning against the Yankees. As they split the doubleheader at Fenway last night and this morning.
Triple header. I thought there were no more triple headers.
0-2 delivery, chopper. That's going to be a tough one, and it's a base hit. Rhymes will come around to score, and the Tigers lead it 3-2. Johnny Damon, the RBI.
And the importance of Rhymes getting the second base pays off. It's that top spin grounder that Damon hits. Watch it kick right past Andino and up the middle.
And Johnny Damon's season is done. Scott Sizemore has come on to run for him. So Damon gives the Tigers their first lead. That is hit number 4 off Brad Bergeson. Ryan Rayburn. Rayburn 0 for 2. Fly ball, ground ball out. One back over the screen. Ferguson had gone through the first 4 1/3 without surrendering a hit, and now finds himself behind in the ball game. Rayburn had his breakout season last year, career highs in just about every offensive category for the Tigers, playing in 113 games. 1-1. Now to catch the outside corner, and a 1-ball 2-strike count on Rayburn. One down. Sizemore at first. Great pitch. Came inside on him and gets his second strikeout.
A big time sinker from Brad Bergeson. Watch the bottom fall out of it, and Rayburn swinging over the top.
So 2 away with a runner on at first base. Here's Don Kelly. 30-year-old veteran. Played with the Tigers and Detroit at the major league level. Not a lot of games compared to his minor league totals of almost 900 ball games. And he will take that for a strike. He's had a couple of home runs in this series, though.
3 for 10 coming into today in this series. Last 36 games, he's swung the bat real well. Coaching still going on the last day of the year.
Yep. Lloyd McClendon is the hitting instructor. All these coaches are going to be back for Jimmy Leland. One ball, 2 strike count on Kelly. Back to first base, Sizemore. Those fans, be sure to check out the MarylandLottery.com on October 6th when the winner of the Hit It Here contest is going to be named. One lucky winner is going to get a trip for 2 to see the Orioles play in Sarasota Spring Training 2011. That's on October 6th. You can check at MarylandLottery.com. Joe Alder with a lot of traveling coming up. Going to go home, get the one knee taken care of. Come back, go back, get the other knee taken care of. Grounded down to first and foul.
Yeah, he had his schedule all laid out for the next few weeks. Knows exactly where he's going to be.
In between, lots of phone calls and meetings with the owner, Peter Angelos, and with Andy McPhail on their decisions for the offseason, where they want to look to. 1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, and again fouled off. As we talked about yesterday, decisions do have to be made a little quicker now with the new free agency agreement between the Players Association and MLB, cutting down the time frame that teams have to make offers from 15 to 5 days after the final game of the World Series.
I'm sure teams have already had their minds made up. I think that's a wise move.
And Ferguson battles and gets the strikeout, but the Tigers will get a run on 2 hits, leaving 1 on, and then now the Tigers are up. Hey, Cal. Is brought to you by AT&T, Rethink Possible, and by Honda. Look for money-saving leases and low financing at your Honda dealer. Discovery, discovery, discovery. At the old train yard, known as the warehouse, where the turnstiles were, the trains came and went in great abundance. Robbie Weinhardt on the pitch.
Yeah, coming out of the bullpen, 24-year-old right-hander, 28 innings of work, 39 hits, 8 walks, 21 strikeouts.
And the Orioles are going to look at a right-hander. Shoalworth has a chance to win it. 3 in the third, no runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Good job in relief. Strike taken on the outside corner as Turris leading off is walked and flied out.
If you look at the Orioles box score this afternoon, a little bit more evenly distributed, except for the Nick Markakis, 3 singles and an RBI. Kind of interesting, yesterday's game, the 2-1 win, they did not have a single. 2 doubles and a homer.
Two-one delivery off the fists and back into the seats. Two and two on his Turris, to be followed by Andino and Markakis. Got one inside, pulled it foul. Nice Turris battling to get a hit here. 231 on the year for him. Bullpen action again. Brad Thomas has been up twice. Jose Valverde
forgot his hat.
In the air to short. Johnny Peralta. One away, 6th inning. I want to remind you the latest gear can be found at the official online shop of the Orioles. You can browse 24/7. Official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more for the whole family. Get your gear at the official source, the Orioles.com shop. Oriole fans on hand. A lot of youngsters dressed up in Halloween gear for this trick-or-treat day at the ballpark. Andino double scored as flight-out struck out. RBI for Scott in the 1st inning. Markakis an RBI single in the 2nd inning. Orioles have not scored since then. Meanwhile, the Tigers have battled back. 2-run homer by Inge and an RBI base hit by Johnny Damon to put the Tigers on top.
It hasn't been for lack of base hits. They have 8. They also have 3 other runners via the walk.
One ball, 2-strike delivery. Chopper that hit the plate. Inge.
Well, just another infield. Not sure how they'll score it, but very tough play for Inge. He gets back. He tries to play the short hop and just really fumbles it.
2-hit ball game as Andino's credited with the infield single. Nick Markakis already a 3-for-3 day.
3 singles and RBI today. 7-game hitting streak. 12 for 25. Just about a 500 clip. I'm trying to make a tough run at hitting 300 for the year. Didn't think he had a chance a couple of days ago, but strung some hits together. Now up at 298.
Nick with the 60 RBIs. Runner at first and 1 down. Reinhardt's pitch will miss, and it goes to 2-0.
All 3 of those base hits off left-handers. First look at a righty for Markakis. That's the thing this time of year, or certainly the last day of the year. If you get a hit, it goes up a point. Make it out, you're down a point.
2-0 delivery to him. For the 2nd year in a row, Nick will finish with fewer than 100 strikeouts on the season. His strikeout percentage rate probably going to be the best of his career at 13% per plate appearance. Previously in 06 it was 13.3. He gets that down again. And Nick certainly knows the strike zone. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Andino on at first and 1 down. The Orioles are down a run. Playing Markakis straight up in the outfield. 2-2 delivery. 3-2. Markakis taking his time here. The infield shifts over to playing the pull on a ground ball. And he takes it the other way. Good play by Inge. Inge had just moved over towards the shortstop hole, and the ball goes the other way.
They've been playing him sort of up the middle or more towards shortstop all afternoon. It goes with really right to the normal short third base position. Inge has always had an outstanding throwing arm. He's been busy down at third base and had some tough chances.
Now 2 down. Adam Jones coming up has had RBI opportunities. First inning, runner at second base, flied out. Second inning, first and second struck out. Fourth inning, second base, struck out. Now he's got another runner at second base with 2 down. We remind you this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Strike taken. Adam at 283 now. Weinhardt trying to protect the one-run lead the Tigers have. They've really struggled in one-run games. 16 and 26, including 2 one-run losses in this series. Back into the screen and a 2-strike count. Orioles, on the other hand, 29 and 21.
And they've excelled, especially at home. We had one run, of course, 2 the last couple of days, but 22 and 6 in one-run games.
Good sign for the bullpen and some clutch hitting. 0-2 count on Adam Jones. And Dino on at second. Way outside. Now Avila again going out to get that. Avila's walked a mile in this game and never gotten off his knees.
We know he's loose.
One ball, 2-strike count. Inside out. Bosch. He's got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and another runner left on. The Orioles have stranded 10, trailing by 1. We celebrate our massive production crew for the great work that they have done all season long in helping to make these broadcasts the quality that they are, and they do great work. And we have a great time working with these professionals here. We thank them for all their help this year. They get here a lot earlier than we do, and usually stay later. Youngsters on hand here in their Halloween outfits, trick-or-treating. And watching a good ball game as the Tigers have the 3-2 lead. We go to the 7th inning. Brad Bergeson has gone the distance. No walks, 3 strikeouts. That'll be cut off by Bell. There's that big arm. And Peralta's retired. He's 1 for 3. Bosch has grounded out and flied to left field. Brennan Bosch at 257 now with 14 home runs and a big cut.
And Bergeson really cruised through the first 3 or 4 innings. Just the last couple have been a struggle. Pitch count now at 80. There's 24 balls thrown.
Bosch's consideration for Rookie of the Year. Most home runs, most RBIs, second in hits, doubles, and extra base hits. 0-2 delivery, and that'll be taken away. As Mike referred to earlier, his game is about his bat.
Yeah, big-time numbers offensively.
Helicopter cut. 4 strikeouts for Bergeson, 2 down.
1-2 pitch from Bergeson. Looks like he takes a little bit off. 84-mile-an-hour changeup. That's the same sort of movement as normal sinking fastball. You can see it diving through the zone. Well-placed changeup.
Brandon Inge. Big hit in the ball game. His 13th home run, 2 RBIs, 5th inning. That tied the game up. 1 for 2 grounded out. Hitting at 248. This will be his best batting average since 06 when he hit 253. Power and RBIs for him. That's outside. Take a look at our 4 drive of the game.
Yeah, 4 drive of the game off the bat of Brandon Inge. Was supposed to be down and away. Ended up and on the inner half. And the second day in a row goes deep.
And your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford Drive One. Matt Wieters. Brandon Inge saying, hey, it's last game, don't worry, you'll be all right.
Yeah, and I used to catch, and I'm glad I don't anymore.
Yeah. Now you know why I play third.
Yeah, he started off the game with one of those. You can see the concussion on the side.
Smiling, but
that or your teeth are just rattled.
That too. 2-2. Looks at the slider away. And a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Brandon Inge, 2 down. And nobody on. Puts that one away. Darker skies now. Lights taking effect. What bit of sunshine we had earlier this afternoon appears to be gone for the day. 3-2 delivery. Again Bell. 360. Again the pick at first by Wigginton. Corners at work today. Bell and Wigginton have made a couple of real nice plays. 7th inning stretch time here at Camden Yards. Ande Marie Moore is going to be singing God Bless America, which we will stay for here on this final day of the season.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, our home, sweet home. God bless America, our home, sweet home.
lead on this final day, with the Orioles still having 3 at-bats to get back into this thing. Gary Thorne, Mike Flanagan back with you as the Orioles wrap this up. And an incredible finish that will be written about and speculated on in the offseason.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been a great run down the stretch. They've played some great baseball over the last couple of months. I think it gives a lot of fire going into the offseason. Which way are they going to go? What pieces can they add? Which free agents will they sign back? It's going to be a very interesting winter.
And looking at the schedule for next season, the Orioles get a lot of games out of the division to start. The Tigers, Texas, Cleveland, Minnesota, Chicago, all in the first month. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's different. It's not all of that load of division games early on.
Yeah, it used to be all the American League East teams playing each other in April and September, and I did look at September, and they do play a lot of the East teams then, but again, the early part of the schedule a little bit different, maybe a little bit more in the Oriole favor than the past years.
Yeah, maybe an opportunity, because it's clearly going to be important for the Orioles to get off to a good start in the first 2 months of next year.
Yeah, you see, as well as they played, they really haven't made that many games, so you figure this was starting the season off. With this kind of record, you may only have a 1 or 2 game lead.
Yeah, exactly. So Brad Thomas will come on. Weinhardt is out of there, the 4th pitcher used.
Yeah, his last 5 outings, he's pitched real well, 1-0 to 1.17 ERA, 7 2/3 innings. His last 7 2/3 just allowed 1 earned run. Again, the left-handed theme seems to continue as anybody in the area that's left-handed would like to pitch for the Tigers this afternoon. I'm sure Jimmy Lee would give him a chance.
You saw Wells has come on to play in right field for Bosch. Luke Scott has been on with a single and 2 walks. All 3 times. Luke at 285. And the pitch will be taken inside again, as Luke's power numbers have obviously become well recognized around the league, and more pitchers are very reluctant to come into that strike zone against him, especially with a fastball. Luke has now drawn 58 walks on the year, along with 98 strikeouts.
And there was one right there, fastball and a fastball count. He doesn't usually see that kind of a pitch, especially if men are on base. Usually gets a steady diet of breaking balls away.
2-1. And Scott on a pitch away, unable to catch up to it. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Thomas gets this in a pretty good spot, down and away. 2-1 breaking ball just off the outside corner. Tough pitch to lay off, a tough pitch to hit.
2-9-1 for the Orioles, 3-4-0 for the Tigers. Orioles have stranded 10, the Tigers 2. 2-2 delivery, and Scott the other way in the foul ball. Well, the Orioles would love to have that 5-game win streak. The Tigers would just as soon not have a 7-game losing streak to enter the offseason with. That's what they are facing if they lose this ball game.
Yeah, they would like to end up 500 at least, too.
Yep. Luke Scott will take the pitch away, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, Brad Thomas, a veteran. We've seen a number of the youngsters out of this Tiger pen. Brad Thomas, 32 years old, and has pitched just about everywhere and on every continent.
Three-two. That one scatters the troops. Gene Mont deciding maybe if I just move over here.
Yeah. Maybe you'll sign that for me. No,
yes.
Give it away.
Third base coach, longtime coach on the staff of Jimmy Leland, wherever Leland's been, and a former skipper. 3-2 count, Scott. Have to go after him again. And Luke will take it up high on another walk. A 3-watt day for Luke Scott. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The choice is Brad Bergeson, the starter for the Orioles. No walks, 4 strikeouts, only 3 runs off him. Nick Markakis. Nick has had a 3-hit ball game, 3 for 4 with an RBI. Brandon Inge, he's delivered a big home run in this game, one that tied it up, his 13th of the year. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 518-62. Brad Bergeson hoping for the offense to come through here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Ty Wigginton an 0 for 3 in the game. (0-1). Scott at first, not a big lead, and fouled off by Wigginton.
Well, a lot of players will be traveling to different parts of the country after the game. As Brad Thomas may have the longest flight of anyone. He lives at New South Wales, Australia.
If he's going after the game, we better get started.
He's played just about everywhere. He's played in the Japanese League. He's also played in the Korean League for a couple of years. Played in Venezuela.
Had a good tour of the world.
Yeah.
Played with Hanwha in the Korean Baseball League for the last 2 years. Had 44 saves. There's Michael Gonzalez and Jim Johnson. First action in the bullpen for the Orioles. Korean baseball's really picked up. It's not the equivalent or close to Major League Baseball, but much more interest now in Korea. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that's going to be a bouncer toward short. Peralta, Grimes, and a double play. 2 down, 7th inning.
Well turned double play. Taylor made. Bell tie. Nice feed from Peralta to Grimes. Gets rid of it, though. Luke Scott right down on top of him.
Toy. Felix P.A. a single, 1 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Sitting in San Francisco, Giants and Padres watching Atlanta and Philly. Atlanta's got an 8-4 lead, 7th inning. Atlanta keeps their hopes alive at a wild card spot. San Diego, Philadelphia will battle for the Western Division title and the wild card spot. Chopper goes to second base. Grimes. Good job by Thomas. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 7 complete in this final game of the season.
The Orioles on the board early. Nick Markakis adding to that with a base hit in the second inning, driving in Josh Bell, and a big blow for the Tigers this afternoon. Brandon Inge, 2-run homer in the 5th inning. And then Johnny Damon, as the last at bat of the 2010 season, drives in Will Rhymes with a base hit in his last again at bat of the year. Bergeson will go 7 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Markakis, three singles along the way, and again Brandon Inge, 2-run homer, the big blow for the Tigers in this 3-2 game.
Bergeson out of the ball game. Will not have a chance to win this, and the Orioles will go to the bullpen as he finishes up his 2010 season. And Michael Gonzalez will come on to pitch.
Yeah, Michael Gonzalez, who worked in last night's game, 29th appearance, 1-3 record. Still trying to whittle that ERA down from a tough start. 23 2/3 innings, 30 strikeouts. A pretty good strikeout to walk ratio for Gonzalez.
And Avila takes it inside.
Yeah, worked in last night's game. Struck out 2 of the 3 hitters he faced.
Avila's hit just 188 off lefties, only 32 at bats, 6 for 32. In the air to left field, PA chases it down. One away in the 8th. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield makes a $25 donation to the Kennedy Krieger Institute for every strikeout recorded by an O's pitcher. So far this year, O's pitchers have recorded a total of over 1,000 strikeouts, meaning Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield that much closer to the $25,000 goal for the year. Thank you, Care First Blue Cross and Blue Shield, for the commitment to improving the health of the kids in our community through wellness education programs. Jackson inside out on that one. And that will be in the seats. Jackson has reached on an error. Grounded out, flied out, robbed of a hit on a fine play by Bell and Wigginton in the 6th inning, his last time up. Tremendous season for the rookie. Certainly looks like he is the real deal. One ball, one strike down.
Do a little bit of everything. Really negative, I think, is all the strikeouts, but when he puts it in play, good things happen. Has over 180 hits on the year, 10 triples the last I looked. It really covers a lot of ground in the outfield, especially in an expansive field in Detroit.
Leads all rookies in runs scored. In hits with 181. And the pitch will be taken up high. He's had the most hits by a Tigers rookie since the great Harvey Keene back in 1953. Keene had 209 hits. Jackson's got 181. Swung on and missed. Gonzalez gets it.
Strikeout number 170. Pretty good breaking ball. I think Gonzalez may have caught a spike after releasing it, but another left-handed slider. Pretty good one.
2 down, nobody on. Tigers up 3-2 in the 8th. Rhymes has grounded out, popped out, then got a very important double in the 6th inning and would come around to score on the Damon base hit up the middle. That right now is the go-ahead run in the ballgame. Red Sox continue to lead the Yankees by a score of 7-2, so getting closer to the Yankees not being able to add to that win total. Tampa Bay trailing Kansas City, though, 2-0. That one in the gap. They were playing him in, and he put it right by him. Rhymes on his way to second base. PA back to get it. Good job by PA to hold him to a double. So 2 doubles in the game for Will Rhymes.
They're both shooting the left field, left center field area. Up and out over the plate. Pitched by Gonzalez. Splits the gap. Thought about 3, but with 2 outs already on the board, wisely holds up at second.
Scott Sizemore is going to get his first at bat. He came on to run for Damon. He'll go towards the middle as Torres is there. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Bottom of the 8th coming up, 3-2 Tigers. In the majors with that win percentage at 13-4. They've had 6 walk-off wins since August 3rd, most in the American League. But Showalter, the beneficiary of those, part of this 2010 season for the O's. Showalter 34-22 since taking over. And back to the bullpen go the Tigers.
Yeah, Ryan Berry will come out of the bullpen in his 60th appearance in the year. 3-5 record, ERA about 3.5. Up to save, 61 innings of work, 45 strikeouts, just 55 hits allowed. Young power arm for the Tigers.
Matt Waiters. Matt has a single, 1 for 3 in the ball game. 1 hit, 10 at bats in the series. This has been Matt's inning for the long ball. He's got 5 career 8th inning home runs, most of any inning for Matt in putting a ball out of the yard. Big cut and an 0-2 count.
You got to pitch the pull, that slider from Perry, but just out of the zone. This is what starts going through your head. This is maybe my last plate appearance. This is my last time out on the field.
Here's the 0-2 delivery to it. 23,914. 23914. The announced attendance for the final game of this regular year. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Wieters, Bell, and then as Torres due up. Slider will miss inside, 2-2. Oriole closer Koji O'Hara joins Jim Johnson in the bullpen. The Orioles could get the lead here in the 8th inning. O'Hara would be on. Fouled away.
That would be kind of a storybook ending to the season. Late comeback. Don't throw much better than Koji's throwing.
Orioles have 8 wins in ball games where they have trailed after 7 innings. That's pretty good. In the air to left field. That ball is going to be held up by the wind. Might not have made it anyway, but it wasn't going to go into that wind, which is blowing in.
It really has been knocking everything down unless it's right down the line.
1 away. That'll bring Bell to the plate. He is single scored, lined out, and flied out.
The ball hard 3 times this afternoon.
Josh Bell. The Orioles down a run. Orioles, of course, have guaranteed themselves a victory in the series, having taken the first 3 games. So under Buck Showalter, 11 series wins, 6 losses, and 1 tied. They had won only 4 of their first 34 series. And they have 11 winning series since he took over.
Really has been an amazing run. Amazing turnaround. Really been through the tale of 3 seasons. Certainly the best has been the last.
1-1 delivery on the way. Cincinnati's finished up their season with a 3-2 win today, as the Reds are going to be going on to the postseason. Dusty Baker, new contract, all but in hand. Cincy wins 91 games on the year, 91 and 71. And beat the Cardinals, who will finish some 5 games out, 5 or 6 games out. One-two delivery. Tigers have the second longest losing streak. Colorado has lost 7 in a row already, and they're losing again today. The Tigers 6 losses in a row, second most for the moment. Rhymes will make the play over to first. Bell is retired. Oriole runs early and then shut down. RBI Scott in the first on a single. RBI single Markakis in the second. And nothing on the board since.
10 men left on base. A lot of base hits, 9. Just haven't been able to add on.
Corey Patterson is going to be the pinch hitter for his tourists. .270 overall, 1 for 6 as a pinch hitter. Corey Patterson, 8 home runs, a triple, and 16 doubles for extra base hits. Fouls it off for a strike. Great speed played by Perry and gets him. So the Orioles are retired in order. We go to the 9th inning of this final game with the Tigers up 3-2. On Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. 3-5-0 the Tigers, 2-9-1 for the Orioles. We go to the 9th, and Jim Johnson comes on to pitch it for the O's.
As Johnson out of the pen. Probably the last time of the season. 26 games on the year. 3.55 ERA. Power arm. Pitched in last night's game and really is, I'm sure, impressed Buck Showalter along the way. And seeing Jimmy Johnson pitch the way he has. 5 walks and 25 and a third innings on the year. 93, 95 mile an hour power sinker. Good breaking ball, good changeup, has it all.
Orioles defensively, Snyder will come on to play at first base. Wigginton had been there. He'll move over to second base, and Andino will go to short. So around the horn, Bell, Andino, Wigginton, and Snyder in the infield. Ryan Rayburn. Rayburn an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Long throw for Bell. Short hop Snyder. I think that's going to be an infield hit for Rayburn.
A tough play for Bell. Again, right down the third base line. Goes up on that back leg. Lets it go, and Snyder, tough pick. Kind of a middle hop.
So the Tigers will get the leadoff man on in the top of the 9th inning. That'll be hit number 6. They've been out hit by the Orioles 9-6 in the game. Here's Don Kelly. Johnson will throw over to get Rayburn back. Kelly's had an 0 for 3, including 2 strikeouts. That one in the air to left center field. That's not where they were playing him. PA will get over, though, and cut it off. And quickly goes Rayburn back to first base. 1 down.
The wind appears to hold that one up, too.
PA, good job to get into the gap. Johnson's 3rd game against the Tigers. He's given up no runs on a couple of hits in the 2 innings that he's worked against Detroit this year. Johnny Peralta, a single and a run scored, 1 for 3. And he'll shatter the bat under the feet. Bobbled and got him. Wigginton just recovered in time.
Yeah, broken bat. See, Wigginton was thinking of getting the lead runner. Looks like Peralta may have given up on the at bat heading down the line. Not even sure if he touched first.
And they get the out. Let's take a look. This date in history, October 3, 1951 was the day Bobby Thompson hit the shot heard round the world. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. 1970, Mike Cuellar, the first pitcher to homer in a league championship series. And in 74, Frank Robinson became the first black manager in Major League Baseball history. He was with the Cleveland Indians. All on this date for number 20. And the pitch will be taken up high. Casper Wells getting his first at bat. Runner at second base and 2 down. Obviously a very big run here in the 9th inning. The Tigers up by 1. Johnson with a fastball that is in there for a strike. Rayburn, big lead at second base. Another shattered bat. Man, oh man. And Dino, they won't get it. And a run will score as Snyder could not hang on. And it is a 4-2 Detroit lead.
Yeah, Brandon Snyder just ended the game. Had a couple of plays, but this one just looks like he missed it. And Dino getting a lot on the throw. And it just goes off his glove. And watching that throw, just like he may have just taken his eye off of it.
So a gimme right there. An error will be charged on Snyder. No RBI as Rayburn crosses to make it a 2-run difference here in the 9th inning. Here's Brandon Inge. He gets one more chance. Already a home run, 1 for 3 in the ball game. This has been a year for Inge against the Orioles. Can't do much better, hitting over 360. Inge has had 3 home runs and 11 RBIs against the Orioles this season. Tigers now up by a score of 4-2. 1-0 count.
He just always seems to get himself into a fastball count.
Johnson will look at first base. The 1-1 delivery to Inge takes it for a strike. Runner goes. And a double clutch pop-up that'll head to the seats and a foul ball. Washington and the Mets mighty happy to be playing in the 10th inning on this final day.
With a lot at stake.
Prolonging the agony for a GM and a manager for the Mets.
Yeah.
Who apparently are both gone come tomorrow morning. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and he tags another one, but it's going to be foul. And the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes on Inge. Phillies battle back in the 8th inning. It's now 8-7. Atlanta's lead cut to 1. Wow. 1-2. Play 161 baseball games.
He's coming down to a pitch or 2 to decide.
In the 162nd.
Just by looking at the board, the Phillies have a man on second base with 2 outs in the 8th. Tying, that would be the tying run.
It has been a real battle. As Buck Showalter was saying, if you don't get it, if you don't want to be in those kind of games at the end of the season, you don't get it. That's what you play for. Count remains at 1-2. Wells back into the bag at first. Brandon Inge has had a couple of good swings in this at bat. 1 run in so far, what will be an unearned run for the moment anyway. In fact, it'll be an unearned run no matter what, because there should be 3 outs. 1-2. Runner not going. Inge again fights it off.
Just trying to make contact.
Johnson in the battle here. Runner goes. Inge supplying souvenirs all over the ballpark.
Jimmy's come in from 14 pitches, 12 strikes, just 2 balls, and it seems like Inge has just fouled off a huge number of them.
Blanket coverage for Brandon Inge.
I got you.
All over the park. 1-2 delivery, and that's going to be foul tipped.
This is an emergency swing by Brandon Inge. Or as they say, you can't give him an inch or take a mile.
Thank God this is game 162.
You got it.
Oh, and Matt Wieters is saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Why today? He's had 3 shots off the head.
They went right in the first inning, one at about the 8th, and then there's this reminder here in the 9th.
1 ball, 2 strike count. The delivery on the way, and again fouled away. One-two delivery, runner not going, Inge in the air to center. And Johnson wins the battle. Inge is retired, but a big run in unearned on a hit and an error with 1 left. Bottom of the 9th. Coming up.
On the last day of the year, we're coming back with those extra post game, and the way the second half has gone, it's got to be a walk-off win for the Orioles.
Well, there's nothing more I'd like to see than Luke Scott, who's been on base 4 times today, 3 walks and a base hit and an RBI, to come up with a chance to either tie or win this game, maybe even give the Orioles their 23rd one-run win at home this year. It would be great.
We're coming back, those extra post game on the field, but first the bottom of the 9th.
No trick-or-treating down there, you guys, while you're headed back. All right, here we go. Bottom half of the 9th inning. And a 4-2 lead. Valverde on the pitch.
Yeah, making his 60th appearance in game number 162. 62 innings of work. Just 40 hits allowed. He's had an outstanding year as the closer for the Tigers. 32 walks, 62 strikeouts. Uses them all. His fastball, forkball, getting very animated on the mound.
Solroth has got a chance to be the winner in this ball game. Dan Shellroth worked 3 and a third. The second pitcher used gave up no runs, 3 hits. Perry worked an inning. Valverde on for him. Thomas an inning. Gave up just a walk. Weinhardt an inning, 1 hit. And the starter Phil Koch an inning and 2/3, couple of runs, 5 hits.
Yeah, Valverde, it's a struggle since the All-Star break. Had a fine season overall.
Not like it's Buck.
Works for me.
Bottom of the 9th. And we'll see what the Orioles can do with it. They have the top of the order. Andino, 2 for 4 in the ball game. Single double. He has struck out and flied out. Oriole faithful hoping. And Valverde's pitch will be in there for a strike.
Valverde has a great changeup to go along with the 92, 93 mile an hour fastball.
Here's the 0-1. That'll miss outside. He reminds me of somebody trying to open a jar of honey, but he can't get the top of the cap off.
Who would that be?
He tries it once and then
twice. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out too. What the sort of purpose is. Maybe somewhat of a distraction. That's the way he starts. He'll do that sort of double twist.
One tug, can't get it. Do it again. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Andino will pop it up. Behind second. That will be handled by Rhymes, and Andino is retired. One away. Updating you on a voting. AT&T Player of the Game. You still have time to cast your vote. A, B, or C, 51862. Results on the O's Extra post-game show. One down. Nick Markakis, a 3-hit ball game in RBI, 3 singles, 3 for 4. Valverde's delivery to him skips away. Nick, a .260 hitter in the 9th inning this season. The Orioles try and get somebody on and get the potential tying run to the plate. Toronto has defeated Minnesota by a score of 2-1 today, so the Twins will finish 94-97. So now the best record can only go to New York and Tampa Bay.
They're both losing.
Yep. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and that's going to be up high. If they tie for most wins, Tampa Bay gets the edge because of the head-to-head series. Valverde will get a new baseball.
And the game has just started in San Francisco.
San Diego and San Francisco will keep an eye on the scoreboard with Atlanta leading Philly 8-7 in the 8th. Markakis, a 2-0 count. Valverde's pitch in there for a strike. Thanked all of our crews. Certainly it's been great fun this year with you, Mike, and with Jim Palmer, Amber Theo Harris, WJZ's Mark Viviano. Have had a great time. Certainly made more enjoyable the last 2 months by some W's.
Absolutely.
No way around that.
Yeah, it has been my pleasure. It really has been enjoyable to be back in the booth.
That'll be foul back. And the count's at 2-2. To have 2 guys from New England who are both left-handers in a booth at the same time is an extremely dangerous.
I thought it was a league rule you couldn't do that.
I think there is. I think they violated
like league bargaining agreement.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Base is empty, 1 down, 9th. Markakis. 2 away.
Let's take a look at this Valverde 2-2 pitch. Low middle 94. Last swing of the year.
So the Orioles down to 1 out to work with in the 2010 season. Adam Jones has had an 0 for 4 in the ball game. And Valverde's delivery to him is outside for a ball. Tigers trying to get to 500 with a win. The Orioles 66-95. That's Showalter with a 34-22 mark since taking over. Here's the 1-0 delivery. That's going to be in the air and a base hit. Not done yet. So Jones is on, and the MVP is voted by the press. We'll take it at bat. Luke Scott.
Give him one more shot.
Against Valverde, Scott has gone 4 for 14 with a home run.
Valverde has allowed 5 home runs on the year.
Scott has had a couple of ninth-inning home runs this season, 227 ninth-inning average for him. A hit and 3 walks in the game. Jones will go to second base. Defensive indifference. The catcher, Avila, goes out to talk to Valverde. Orioles this season, when trailing after 8, 3-83. Breeze has been blowing in most of the day, still is, not quite as hard as earlier, and coming in more from center. Jones at second now with 2 down. 0-1 delivered to Scott. A little blooper. And caught by Inge, and that's the season. So the Orioles in the bottom half of the 9th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. And the Detroit Tigers will finish it up with a 4-2 win. Oriole fans on their feet applauding the O's, as the O's will finish it 66-96.